live. You see they're dry. You see there's no marrow in the bone. You see they're scattered all over the valley. They ain't even full skeletons. I mean, the bones are scattered all over the valley. They're just bones. But answer me a question, Ezekiel. Can these bones live? Ezekiel answers the only way he knows how to answer. Lord, you know. Critical race theory was born out of critical legal theory. Am I teaching y'all something today? There emerged two common beliefs linking all critical race theories. First, white supremacy has subordinated black people and other people of color. That's just a fact. How in the world are you going to fight against that being taught in any school? White supremacy has subordinated black people and other people of color. That's a fact. Why don't you want that to be taught in school? You let your schools teach us that Columbus discovered America. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that George Washington couldn't tell a lie. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that some slave owners were beneficent and good slave owners. There were no good slave owners. Anybody who owned people was evil. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that Abraham Lincoln was good for Negroes. No, Abraham Lincoln was trying to save the Union. And Abe Lincoln himself said if he could save the Union and keep black people in chains, he would do it. That's a lie. Come on, somebody. You let them teach us about a white Jesus. You let them teach us that Native Americans were the aggressors. Come on, somebody. That white folk had a manifest destiny and that the pilgrims were good at Native Americans. That's a lie. All day, every day, you let them teach us lies. All throughout my history in school, I was taught lies. But you got a problem with critical race theory because it teaches the truth that white supremacy has subordinated black people and people of color. The right to bear arms. Let me just back up a little bit and let me take you on back to the late 1960s when Ronald Reagan was the governor of California. And they were oppressing black folk, and a group of men and women known as the Black Panther Party decided that they were going to defend the rights of black folk. And the Black Panthers decided that the Second Amendment wasn't just for white folk. So they strapped themselves with guns and showed up at the Capitol in California. And when they saw them Negroes with guns, come on, somebody. That's why I say if you ever really want to get gun laws changed, just strap all these Negroes up. They'll change them laws before the week is over. When the Black Panthers, watch this, I want you to read, the California legislator passed what was called the Mulford Act. It was a gun control act that decided who could get guns, who couldn't get guns, what could be in your background, what couldn't be in your background. It was the first time in history that the National Rifle Association, the NRA, supported restrictive gun legislation, all because black folk had the nerve to get strapped. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, go get strapped. Amen, somebody. Y'all gonna say Bishop told us to get strapped. I said it. Go get strapped. It just got real quiet up in here. But y'all already know I'm a triple P. Amen. Y'all know what a triple P is, right? A pistol packing preacher. Hey fam, good morning. Day starting out rough. Y'all pray for me. We're trying to get it together. We're trying to get it together. Tell a friend, tell somebody we're on the air. We got to get our other stuff up. Like, share, subscribe. Have some technical difficulties that I'm trying to straighten out. So y'all be patient with me. If you want to hear the audio, you know what to do. Go to TuneIn, iHeart, WTCCFM.org. Let's see. Trying to get my YouTubers on. Then I got to get my Instagrammers and my Twitter spacers locked in. So today we're dealing with this thing. First of all, tell me if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, type that in the comment section. I need to know that. Since I'm having these technical difficulties, I need to make sure we good. Somebody type it in there. Let me know if you can hear me. I need to know. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Let me see. If y'all can hear me on the gram, let me know you can hear me on the gram. Let me know you can hear me on the gram. All right. We get this disclaimer in here. Squeeze her. Don't tease her. Try a little tenderness.
Nah, nah, nah. All right, let's get it, y'all. Let me get my Twitter space in. Let me get the Twitter space in. All right, Twitter space is live. Cool. Instagram is live. Let me get this on Do Not Disturb because somebody always tries to call me while I'm on the air. Tomorrow's a mystery, today is a gift. So don't let the pain of your past bleed into your present and poison your future. Stop replaying the movie, why did this happen to me? When it's done with you, be done with it. If it seems all right, keep running into pigeons, it's an indication that you're flying too low. So set your sights a little higher. Remember, eagles fly by themselves. If you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. Allow your challenges to be a stepping stone to propel you into new possibilities. So be discontent. Okay. So I'm talking today about this phenomenon where people are all over the internet fawning over the fact that Candace Owens is dissing Trump. I really don't care. She's done too much damage to black people over the last almost a decade, over the last 9 years. And it seemed like y'all are forgetting about that. Like all of a sudden we supposed to be impressed that Candace Owens is saying something against Trump when she spent the last 8 years defending that fool. I ain't impressed by that. And the black community is far too forgiving. And I don't care what y'all say. You're a Christian, supposed to forgive. Yeah, we forgive, we don't forget. And we don't trust people that we can't, that have sold us out. So you don't get to sell us out for the last decade, then say a couple things that we agree with, and all of a sudden we're supposed to just forgive and forget everything. That it ain't going down like that. Ain't going down like that. Maya, you giving the weather, girl? See if we can get my granddaughter to give the weather in a minute. Respect costs you nothing, but it will cost you everything not to have it. So don't be too smart for your own good. Huh? Okay, in a minute. It'll be a minute before the weather, but come back in about 5 minutes. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the heart of a wise man is in his character. So don't sweat the small things. 90.7 WTCC. Good morning and welcome to the Black Love Experience. I'm your host, Bishop Talbert Swan. Inspirational gospel music. Great way to just roll into the weekend. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful weather happening out here. My granddaughter's going to give us the weather in a minute. Started out a little rough this morning. Forgot some stuff. Had to run back to the house. Had some technical difficulties getting on. All that stuff. But it's all good now. It's all good. My birthday was yesterday. I turned the big. Check that out. I turned the big 6-0. Time flies, y'all. When I say time flies, and the older you get, the quicker it seems to fly by. But I'm thankful. You know, last year when I was at my class reunion, I realized how blessed I was by the number of my classmates who didn't make it to that reunion. And we're still here and still able to give God glory and to love on our family and friends and contribute to our community. And so I thank God for every day. You learn how to cherish every day the older you get. And so I'm on the sixth floor now, and I'm thankful. My children had a wonderful birthday celebration for me. My church family, um, I'm in my 31st pastoral anniversary. It closes out tonight, 7 o'clock at Spring of Hope, 35 Alden Street, Bishop Talbert Swan Way. Guest preacher tonight is Pastor Aaron Roberson, closing it out. Great preaching thus far this week by Pastor J.P. Morgan Jr. and Pastor Mark Bayman. And then ultimately, after this is over, I get to go hang out with my siblings in Aruba and we continue the celebration. This is how you're supposed to do it when you turn 60. Because, you don't know if you're going to make it to 70 or 80 or whatever the case may be. So cherish every moment that you have. 413-736-2781. Y'all see the Steeler jersey? Y'all see the Steeler jersey? Yeah. It was a wonderful thing. My kids all bought Steeler jerseys, and theirs were numbered based upon the order of their birth. Um, and 14 out of 15 grandbabies were all there. So it was just wonderful being um, with my people, my children and my grandchildren, and my parents were there, mom and dad. Mom and dad, they knew the time, and my siblings and all that. I see number one. I see number one in the comment section. Whitney, that's my number one, my firstborn. She had on number one. um, but listen, on today, I want to deal with it. There's Candace Owens has been trending because she's been saying some things against Donald Trump, and black Twitter and black social media has been fawning over. Ooh, Candace is anti-Trump. Yeah, I'm not impressed by. Hey, Virginia, that's my cousin, y'all. She got to the 60s last year, a year before I did, and her birthday is 4 days before mine. So happy belated birthday! We call her Jenny. Y'all say happy birthday to my cousin Virginia. She's in the comment section, and she's a Taurus. Her birthday was on April 20th. Um, and my son, Micah, is a Taurus. He's got a birthday coming next week. So it's Taurus season, y'all. We in the house. Taurus season in Steelers Nation. Y'all can't tell us nothing. 413-736-2781. So my subject today is Candace Owens's break from Trump does not redeem her anti-black legacy. All right? Somebody ought to write that in the comment section. Candace Owens's break from Trump does not redeem her anti-black legacy. Thank you for all of y'all welcoming me to the sixth floor. Y'all been waiting on me. I'm finally here. Once again, Candace Owens's break from Trump does not redeem her anti-black legacy. So we're going to talk about that. We got to stop being so quick to let people rebrand themselves, spend a bunch of time talking grimy about black folk, and then when they get rejected by the white community that they've been kowtowing to, all of a sudden they want to come back and be accepted by us. Yeah, nah, it's not that easy. Not that we ain't going for it. All right, do me a favor, rep your city, rep your town. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I see Chicago is already in the house. Who else we already got it? Who else? Oh, thank you for all the happy birthdays in there. Atlanta is already chiming in. Yes, Steelers Nation is in the house. Raleigh, North Carolina is chiming in. Hey, Jesse Preacher Man Burgess, appreciate it. Houston is chiming in. The 413 is chiming in. New York City is chiming in. So do me a favor, rep your city, rep your town, wherever you are, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Detroit in the hizzy. Charlotte is in the house. Where y'all at, Instagrammers? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Let me, Pittsburgh, Charleston, South Carolina, California is up in here. Another ATL is up in here. Steelers all day, you know it. Somebody said they were in Aruba yesterday. Must be nice. Boston is in the house. Oh, yeah, Cincinnati is in the house. That's it. Rep your city, rep your town. Let me know where you are chiming in. Everybody who's down with Steelers Nation, put a hashtag Steelers Nation in the comment section. St. Louis is in the house. I see you, Brother Davis. 413-736-2781 is the number here. Don't touch that dial. Don't go nowhere. We coming right back in just a moment with the weather and with our conversation. Tell somebody, tell a friend, Bishop is on the air right now.
Happy birthday.
You say you sold out because black women are loud and crass. What? And your
Precious white woman is the epitome of class.
Are you so blind that you cannot see? That pale girl child
Ain't got nothing on me.
For hundreds of years we have stood by your side, accepted your flaws and allowed you your pride, bore your children and cleaned up your mess, satisfied your lust and always settled for less. We have stayed in the background and allowed you to lead, trusting in
Rep your city, rep your town.
to succeed, never getting the praise and credit we deserve.
Where y'all from?
The courage, the will, and the nerve.
Where y'all? Long Island. I see you, Long Island. I see you, Detroit. I see you, Seattle. Yes.
We're not good enough for you. We forced you to sell out because of the things we did. Well, where was that white woman when that white man you hate was?
What are you, just posing or something?
In the boardroom, the warehouse,
You just posing?
and on the slave ship. She stood by his side and didn't say a word, waiting for her own chance to rule and be heard. And now it's her you turn to and treat like a queen.
Oh, she's blocked by the microphone.
Well, hold up, wait a minute.
They can see her on Instagram, but we can block her on Facebook with the microphone.
A more beautiful creature God never made than an African woman, no matter high, yellow, red bone, or
Cocoa Brown.
we are more than worthy of wearing a crown. Ebony, mocha, or black as the night. It is we who
I can block you on the gram, too.
Your plight. We are passionate, spiritual, loving, and kind. A more generous heart you'll never find than the one that beats inside the body of a Nubian queen. The hardest working, loving, giving woman you could ever see. For we give and forgive until there's little left. Then we're forced to put up our guard to avoid your theft. The theft of our hearts and our trust, the very nature of our soul, by our so-called brothers who are just
Playing a role.
And you wonder why some of us act as we do? Take a look in the mirror.
Shouldn't you be getting the weather or something?
The weather's right
It's
there.
not enough that the white man has always tried to keep us down. But our own men act as though they'd love to see us drown. And white women
I think she just likes seeing herself.
Their equal rights struggle. So we're out here alone with the million things we juggle, raising the children that black men leave behind, and dealing with the racism of the daily corporate grind. Damn, it's no wonder some of us are loud. Hell, we're just trying to be heard. In a world where everyone, including our men, ignore our
It's too early in the morning.
where are the brothers who understand a black woman's worth, who will protect and stand by us? For we
Somebody's
are the
blowing
salt
kisses
of
already.
this earth. We
She
worked
gets mad when
to
people
raise
blow me
you
kisses.
and showered you with love.
I do not look like
It
him.
was we who taught you to
Do not
love.
say that. I do not.
Who said that?
We gave you all
That
we had
mermaid?
and taught
I
you
don't
to be
know.
men. Open your eyes.
No.
It is us, your black
No.
sisters.
She know where the
Not
good looks
those
come
jealous
from.
kind who rates a perfect
Me.
10. And one final word for the
Come from my
souls who
genes.
claim to be brothers. When you
You're
turn
saying
your
that
back
like my
on
dad
us,
is ugly.
you disrespect.
It don't matter. You don't look like your dad. You look like your grandfather.
Everybody says that I look
No,
like my dad.
she just told you. Everybody don't say that. This is a response to the sellout. Y'all know who you is. 90.7 WTCC. My granddaughter's upset because she looks like me.
It's a lie.
You know, she gets uptight because when I say things like, I gotta maintain my sexy
That's disgusting.
and and all that kind of stuff. She's like, "Yeah, you can't be sexy, you're a grandfather." I'm like, who told you grandfathers can't be sexy?
Because I'm your granddaughter.
I'm like, why can't grandfathers be sexy, and all that. So I don't know why that's so upsetting to her. I don't get it. But anyway, if y'all think she looks like me, throw something in the comment section, and yeah, I'm gonna move my microphone so that y'all can see her. Go on now. You wanted to be seen. Go on, stick your head up in there.
I'm already here.
Stick your head up in there.
I
If
don't-
y'all think she looks like her papa,
Don't claim that.
let me know in the comment section
No, I don't.
if you think she gets her looks from her papa, because she's just trying to deny that the good gene pool came from this way. So anyway, let's get to the weather. Let's get to the weather. Maya's gonna give y'all the weather. Go ahead.
All right, hey y'all. So today is Friday. We have a high of 82, a low of 56, and we got a little scoop of rain earlier. We're gonna talk about it. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have high of 68, low 45. We're gonna have rain. It's a 65% chance. Sunday we have it's getting cold. Anyway, we got high 58, low 46, which is ghetto. It's gonna be a little cloudy all week. On Monday we have the high of 72, low 46. On Tuesday, high 78, low 56. Wednesday, 76 again, this 46. On Thursday, 68 to 49, and it's getting too cold for my liking.
Don't y'all like all the extra extemporaneous commentary, which is ghetto?
Because it is ghetto.
She ain't gonna like that. Let me see. They're saying, yes, you look like me. She's your twin. How about that? Oh, she looks like she could be your daughter. Bam!
The disrespect.
Bam! She's stressing over that, and she does look. She looks just like her mother, who is my daughter. Somebody said twinning and winning. Look at that, mind blowing. She does. She's pretty. Twinning. Yeah. So the people agree. The looks come from me. Booyah! Anyway, 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781. Tell a friend, tell somebody
Yes, I look like my Auntie Whitney. I claim that.
that we're on the air. Let me see. Some other folks checked in since we gave you the roll call the last time. Let me see who else was checking in. Newark, New Jersey. Checking. We're coming to y'all in Newark with the State of the People tour. pretty soon. Seattle is in the house. Yes. Happy birthday. Somebody's got a birthday on Monday the 28th. Detroit is in the house. McKinney, Texas is in the house. Long Island is in the house. Los Angeles is in the house. San Diego is in the house. Charleston, South Carolina is in the house. Pittsburgh is in the house. Another Long Island is up in the house. Another Atlanta is in the house. Birmingham, Alabama is up in the house. Yeah, so we got folk from everywhere that are chiming in. So keep chiming in. Let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you. Whitney talking about she looks like her. I don't think so. Anyway, and maybe, yeah, because you're my daughter too. So either way, the looks come from me. Come from me. Just accept that. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Angela. Good morning, everybody. So let's get into this. I see you, Charlotte. I see you, Charlotte, Lady Hilliard. I see you in the house. Somebody else said twins, Maya. Twins. Anyway. So Candace has been on her anti-Trump stuff. Let me play this disclaimer. I need to do this, and then we'll get into our convo.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of WTCC Radio or Springfield Technical Community College.
All right. Views and opinions are definitely my own. So Candace has been on her anti-Trump stuff. All of a sudden, after supporting Trump, after not voting in 2016, she never voted until 2020. Voting for Trump in 2020, voting for Trump in 2024. Now all of a sudden in 2025, she's against Trump. Now she's of course no stranger to controversy. Her political pivots and her soundbite provocations made her, a darling person to the far right. And she's been a tool of Charlie Kirk and who's the last guy who fired her? I can't think of that fool's name. But anyway, of the far right, white supremacists, she's been a tool for their narratives. And so now, after nearly a decade of fiercely defending Donald Trump, Ben Shapiro, that's the other clown she worked for, she suddenly finds herself at odds with Trump. And there are some in the media, particularly the black media, new media and media, who are treating this like it's a monumental shift, like it's something that we ought to be proud of. And, as if her newfound criticism of Trump is like a cause for us to celebrate, or give her an invitation to come on back to the cookout. Like, it's a time for reconciliation with the black community. Let me be clear. It ain't. It absolutely ain't. So those of y'all who all of a sudden want to bring Candace Owens back into the fold, some of us ain't having it. All right. And I noticed that late last year or so, early this year, black media has been letting Candace do her rounds. You know, she was all on the Breakfast Club with her, with the black quiz. You know, they were asking her stuff. You know, the black quiz. Well, stuff like, okay, Candace, what comes after this? God is good. You know, all the time and all the time. You know, all that. Yeah, no. I'm not. No. Somebody just type in the comments. No. We not playing this game. We not playing give Candace the black quiz and all that kind of stuff, as if she didn't do what she's done over the last 9 years. We ain't forgot. All right? Somebody type that in the comment. Let people know we ain't forgot. And I know that's bad English, but that's good preaching. We have not forgotten the crazy stuff she has done over the past 9 years. This is the same woman who testified twice before the U.S. Congress and told the U.S. Congress that anti-black systemic racism didn't exist. She told Congress that white supremacy and white nationalism are not problems in the black community. Okay? That the problems in the black community are black on black crime, a lack of fathers, a lack of masculinity among black fathers. This is the crap that she said before Congress about the black community. Okay? She spared nothing to talk grimy about black people and to give you every single white supremacist talking point that she could give you. Right? Black on black crime, fatherlessness, yada, 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 so on and so forth. This is the same Candace Owens. And y'all treating it like, this is a big deal. She's criticizing Trump. No. She's had a very short-lived public career over the last 9 years. She jumped on the scene from nowhere. And all she's done is attack black identity. She's minimized racism. She's parroted white nationalist talking points. She's denigrated black historical observances. She called Juneteenth a made-up ghetto holiday. A made-up ghetto holiday. And encourage people never to celebrate Juneteenth. Just go ahead and celebrate July 4th. Her platform has been used to uplift white fragility and to gaslight black pain. She was a weapon of Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA, of Ben Shapiro. She's been a weapon of white supremacists used to discredit black people. Anytime a black woman gets up before Congress and tells them that white nationalism is not a serious issue for the black community, despite the fact that the FBI has listed white supremacist domestic terrorism as the greatest internal threat for the United States, that's a problem. Anytime a black woman gets up and says anti-black racism doesn't exist and blames all of the challenges in black communities on black crime and a supposed lack of masculinity, that's a problem. Never mind the structural, the historical, the policy-driven realities that create and sustain inequality. Candace Owens dismissed all of that just so she could score points with white conservatives hungry for a black face to validate their racist vitriol. And Candace Owens has been that black face. I was ashamed when she was on the Breakfast Club. Why even bring her on there? Mocking Juneteenth, made up ghetto holiday, trivializing the sacred celebrations of black freedom and resilience. This is the same woman who proudly wore a White Lives Matter shirt with Kanye West after denigrating the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay? This is the same woman, ran out and married a rich white dude, had her some white babies, and has shown nothing but disdain for black institutions, black churches, black people, the black community, and a blatant disregard for black truth. And now, because she's falling out with Trump, because of whatever grievances she has, we're supposed to see her as a principled defector? No. Did y'all type no in the comments? Type hell no in the comments. Hell no to the no. Hell to the no. Let me see if I got that. Let me see if I got Bishop Bullwinkle in my playlist. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Bishop. Hell no to the no. She can't jump the fence and play both sides. She's a narcissist, and she's been straight up gaslighting us the whole time. Now she wants to get some sympathy and pretend she has empathy when she has none for black people. Thank you, Bishop. Keep on teaching and preaching.
All right. 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781 is the number if you want to chime in on the conversation. Did y'all type hell no in them comments? Or y'all scared? Don't be scared now. Don't be scared. It's all good. It's all good. Good morning, caller.
Nope. Her invitation to the cookout will not be reset or reissued. She is done. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. 413-736-2781. What say you? What say you? So far, people are saying hell to the no. She don't get re-invited to the cookout. And we be so quick to just okay, all right, we'll take you back. I mean, it was like, and that's what they all do. They sell out black people, and then they turn around and they want us to take them back once they fall out with the white folks they were trying to please. Remember, that's what Omarosa did. Remember, Omarosa told us we had to bow down to Donald Trump. Then she fell out with Donald Trump, and then she wanted us to embrace her. That's what OJ did. OJ told y'all, I ain't black, I'm OJ. And then, when he got in trouble, he was looking for black folk to support. It's the same old game. It's the same game. You know, uh, these folk feeling like they don't need black folk. They can disassociate from black folk. They can talk grimy about black folk. They can disrespect black folk. And then when they get in trouble, they want black folk to bail them out. And because we're forgiving people, what do? We go ahead and lend them a hand. And we say, stop messing with our black brother and sister. And we don't ever hold them accountable for the damage that they did to our community. That day is over. People need to pay the piper. There needs to be a consequence when you sell us out. Needs to be a consequence. And so, this is my theme song for people like Candace Owens. It's my theme song for people like Candace Owens. This is my theme song for people like Candace Owens. You don't get to spend 9 years telling people racism don't exist, talking grimy about Black Lives Matter, talking about Juneteenth is a made up ghetto holiday. You don't get to talk about us like you talk about us. Tell us black on black crime is the problem, not white supremacy. Lack of masculinity, all that foolishness. No. That's where we are with Candace, y'all. I'm telling y'all, that's where we ought to be with all of these sellouts who come crawling back to our community, wanting us to restore them a cookout pass after they've spent a bunch of time selling us out. And see, Candace, her problem was never just Trump. Her problem has been a decade-long allegiance to a white supremacist ideology wrapped in her black skin. She served as a cultural mercenary. She has provided cover for racists. She has gaslighted Black America and undermined our struggle for justice, and she needs to be held accountable. Y'all stop inviting her to the Breakfast Club and to this show and to that show, acting like she ain't there. And then what gets me is I don't even mind you having her on your platform if you're going to challenge her. Charlemagne never challenged her on the nonsense she did. He never challenged her on the crap she said before Congress. Stephen A. Smith never challenged her on the crap that she has said over the last 9 years. So I don't even mind y'all bringing her on your platforms, but then y'all bring her on the platforms and y'all soft shoe it with her. And don't hold her accountable for the things that she has said and done. It's not cynicism to reject her now. It's discernment. Because we can't afford to be so desperate for validation that we embrace somebody simply because they no longer align with a common enemy. We got to stop that, my enemy's enemy is my friend. Candace Owens has done immense harm to the black community. And she has shown absolutely no remorse for it. And so a tweet or a soundbite opposing Trump is not repentance. It's not accountability. It's not transformation. It's convenience. for herself. So, hell no, she can't come to the cookout. No. Y'all stop being so liberal with the cookout passes anyway. All right? Because somebody can do the Dougie and somebody dance to Kendrick Lamar, y'all ready to let them in the cookout. Cut it out. Be very discriminatory with these cookout passes. Stop giving them away. You know what? We have to safeguard our space and stop letting people into it like Trojan horses. And they get in and undermine us again and again. Yeah, no, we no, I'm sorry, y'all. We ain't doing it. Good morning, caller. Up, bye. Telemarketer. We ain't doing it, y'all. We ain't doing it. And to those of y'all who believe that we should welcome her back into our community, let her back in the cookout, or hail her criticism as bravery somehow. It's not brave to speak out when the tide turns against you. It's brave to stand up for the truth when it cost you. And she didn't do that. She never did that. So far as her coming back to the cookout, yeah, that's what it is. No! Good morning, caller.
Yes, Bishop, happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
You tell Candace keep eating that raisin potato salad. She'll be okay.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Eat the raisins in the potato salad. Go on, Candace. You've been enjoying it all this time. Keep on eating it. You ain't coming to the cookout. Sorry. That's our decree. We declare it in the name of Black Jesus. Okay? You can't come back. This is what we got to say. Hail to the no. Did y'all put that in the comment section? Did put that in the comment section? Yeah. Oh. Hell to the no. Listen, all I'm trying to say is, we got to stop being so liberal with our forgiveness. And I don't have time to go into a whole Bible study, but too many of y'all bastardize scripture to justify that. And we got to do a whole study on the biblical process of forgiveness. And we got to stop acting like no matter what people have done against our community, that we're just supposed to open up our arms and let them back in based upon some biblical principle. Because that's not what the Bible is saying at all. And forgiveness does not equal restoration. Did y'all hear what I said? Forgiveness does not equal restoration. If I got a relative who has been stealing from me, I can forgive them, but it don't mean I got to let them be around my stuff ever again. Well, if you forgave him, you would. No, I still don't trust them. I forgave them, but they ain't never coming around my stuff and having the opportunity to steal from me again. So y'all can forgive Candace, but that don't mean she get to come back to the cookout. That don't mean she should be on our platforms. That don't mean we should be reinstituting her into our community, acting like she hasn't done what she did. She hasn't caused the damage that she has caused to the black community. Y'all stop twisting forgiveness with restoration. It's not the same thing. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Bishop.
Yes, sir.
Candace is a vampire, like in the movie Sinners. She wanted to get in to get all the information so she could give it to the other side. That's the way I see Candace, like a spiritual vampire, looking for some supply, looking for some blood from us. And then she's going to sell it out once she gets that information. That's why she's going around on these other platforms, because she's like a vampire to us, like the movie Sinners. That's very deep, that movie, Sinner.
Absolutely.
Get to check it out.
All right. Thank you. And, and she ain't the only one. We got several others in our community. And we're just highlighting her because, it's been trending on social media. They've been making a big deal out of her sudden change of heart. But she never stood against Trump when it counted. Only now that it's convenient. Now that white folks are kicking her to the curb. Now that the Jewish community has turned against her because of her criticism of Israel. All of a sudden, it's convenient for her to be against Donald Trump. It doesn't have anything to do with conviction. And we have to know the difference between convenience and conviction. For her, it's about convenience and not conviction. She's always wanted proximity to power. She's always wanted acceptance and solidarity with white folks and not with her own people. And so we got to remain vigilant about what the caller just said, vampires like Candace Owens, and not allow them to influence the narrative. Her platform has been dangerous. It's been divisive. It's been damaging. And I don't care about her public fallout with Trump. It doesn't mean that she's acting in the best interest of our people at all. And I don't think she ever will. She always will act in the best interest of Candace Owens. And that's it, and that's all. So once again, when it comes to Candace, and when it comes to certain other people, even the Stephen A. Smiths and other folks who consistently sell us out, when they decide that they want to come back, to us, we need to give them all the Bishop Bullwinkle treatment. Always. Did y'all put that hell no in the comment section?
Yeah.
Did they put it in there?
Okay, so Facebook.
Well, put it in there again. Put it in there again, because that's our answer to y'all. That's our answer to you. Hard head make a soft behind. Hell to the no. That's how we going out with y'all. It's comical, y'all, but I'm dead serious. Dead serious. All of them need to just stay on out there. Stay on out there with Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk. Y'all don't get to come back to the cookout. Sorry. Good morning, caller.
Say this. What she did is she sat up there and fought for that white man, Donald Trump, to get in office and did everything she can against black people and found out she still can't sit at the table with Donald Trump. Thank you.
All right. That's what she did, y'all. That's definitely what she did. No, 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 no. That's what we got to say to Candace and to anybody else who has spent time selling black people out, who all of a sudden want to come back to the cookout. That's what we got to say to y'all. Hell no to the no, no, no. Hell to the anyway. Listen, check us out at Spring of Hope tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. We're closing out our pastoral anniversary. Pastor Aaron Roberson will be with us. And then you can check us out on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock a.m. Prayer, praise, and preaching. We're building better tomorrows by changing lives today. Big D is sitting in for Don Felton with mid-morning jazz and great black music. I guess she's going to be like Don and make it smooth and make it personal. So keep it locked right here on 90.7. And check me out on Monday on the Black Love. No, this is the Black Love Experience. I'm on the spoken word on Monday. On the spoken word, check me out at 9 o'clock a.m. I'll be back with you same time, same bat station. I will be with you on Monday. I won't be with you next Friday because I'll be in Aruba with more celebration of my 60th. Yeah. Anyway, until the next time I talk to you and you talk to me, always remember, God loves you. So do I. Peace and blessings.
Me too.
She just had to get that in, y'all. She just had to get that in. My granddaughter.
He would have had me at 40.
Oh, okay.
I'd have had you older than 40.
40 something?
I had your uncle at 42.
Yeah, 40 like 8. Wait.